So let's get this on the road, shall we? It's been a while since I've been doing this. Well, it's been like a couple of weeks. You guys probably saw the latest podcast episode with Dr. Rhoda. The Flet Vlogs has always been something much more of a commentary for the community, really. And recently, I've been wanting to talk about something. I really want to talk about something because I was given something the other day, and well, it was interesting to see. So what I'm going to do is let me download this real fast. We'll put that into downloads. Let's put it. Let's just dump it into downloads. It'll be fine. It's only one. It's only 2 pictures anyway. Bam. Okay. So we got both of these in the download folder. So now, which I'm still waiting for Kino's journey to be done. All right. So wanting to see how everybody was doing. We'll give it just a couple more minutes. But yeah, like I was saying before, I wanted to talk about some stuff today because it is I had some commentary that I wanted to make about the community recently, and it's because there is so much that happens, and then I'm busy and I don't get the chance to respond on a normal basis. So now so today is one of those days that I can respond on a semi-normal basis. So let's talk about this, shall we? Okay, so recently I was told about, apparently there was a post on Tumblr, and this Tumblr post was going at the community hard. And I can't say I disagree with them because, a lot of the things that they brought up are very true, and I feel that these conversations do need to be had, and I'm glad that someone did this as a Tumblr post. So I would like to give a response to the Tumblr post, but the first thing we're going to do is cover said Tumblr post. Okay, so the Tumblr post was done by ABDL Discourse, right, on Tumblr. Now the comment that was made was, it's Ree's fault. He says that there's so much anti-kink hate on TikTok for DDLG, but sexual littles need to quit downplaying the sexual element when they are also active on vanilla social media or talking to vanilla blogs, Vice, journalists. When you start othering sexual littles just to save your ass for a little bit of clout, you throw the rest of the community under the bus. Let's pause. Okay, first off, yes, that is very fucking true. So the reason why a lot of people that get on Vice and do like these TV shows like Vice or talking to journalists or to like magazines and stuff like that, even to conservative newspapers, the reason why they do this shit is because this is the same discourse and strategy that a lot of people had after like the right started going after furries and started using furries to push their own political careers. Now, the funny thing about this is that what they are doing is aiming towards what's called the high school mentality, or what I call the high school mentality. Let me explain. Age-re, right? Age-re. We all know what age-re is. Age regression. Age regressors, right? The reason age-re acts the way that they do is because a lot of them are teenagers who are stuck to the social mindset that is created when we are in high school. When we are in grade school, middle school, high school, we build a social experiment. A lot of people do not fucking talk about this, and I don't know why, because it is a social experiment, and in schools, we teach about the same social fucking experiment. I don't know if people realize that, but yeah, that's a real thing. The social experiment that is usually referenced is the jail experiment. You would have, if you've watched the episode that I had with Dr. Rhoda, I brought up the social experiment of the jail experiment. The jail experiment is when they took a number of college students and put them in jail with another, it was either college or high school. And this experiment was done in like the 60s. It was like the 60s or 70s, where this psychiatrist made half of the group be cops or jailers and the other half be prisoners. And with that group, what they did is that they did a social experiment to see how those in power would act against those without. And immediately, the power went to the group's head. So the ones that were in power started using their ability in order to abuse those that didn't have the ability to respond. So what they were doing is that they were abusing the prisoners, right? And like treating them with the most lack of compassion. And this social experiment got so bad, right, that they started doing crueler and crueler things in order to stop the uprising that was rising up amongst the people that were the prisoners. Yeah, it is a wild experiment, and if you guys have never heard of that, go and look at that online, which is really funny because we actually teach this in schools. Like, we teach the social experiment of what happened in that jail. I learned about it in 8th grade. So now, when we really discuss the idea of how the community responds to questions about age play in general, when people appear on TV shows, the reason why people respond the way they do is because of the fact that there are people that still act upon the social diagram that is created in high school of, if I speak out, then the rest of the other people who accept me will no longer accept me. But if you are already stuck to that fucking mindset, why are you on television or on Vice or talking to a journalist or whoever? It doesn't make any sense. Like, for instance, when it comes to this podcast, I don't give a flying fuck of what some people feel or say. I don't. Because if I was to sit there and care about that 24/7, how the fuck am I supposed to like explain certain concepts to the community if I'm constantly worried about the social aspect of how I'm accepted? It's like that's just stupid. But this post is so fucking accurate. It is so accurate. Hello, welcome to the podcast. Okay, so let's continue. For those of you that are just joining, I'm responding to a post by ABDL Discourse on Tumblr, who said some really true shit. So for those of you that are new, I'll repeat what it was said. It is Age Ree's fault that there is so much kink hate on TikTok for DDLG. But sexual littles need to quit downplaying the sexual side, the sexual element. It says when they are also active on vanilla blogs, Vice, and journalists. When you start othering sexual littles just to save your own ass for a little bit of clout, you throw the rest of the community under the bus. That's true. That's just fucking true. And the thing is that, like I said, we are stuck on this idea, this society idea, that if I don't fit in, that's the end of my social status. But people are so used to it. They're so used to it because a lot of people have not grown out of the high school mentality. Let's continue. You think that you think the people asking you, let me bring this in so I can see it better. You think people asking you questions about your kink are idiots. They're not. Just look at the comments section under every blog, YouTube interview, or documentary. They're asking deeper questions as to why you feel sexual in little space because nobody is telling them. That's true. That is very true. Will do. Hold on. Now, get this. I don't understand why a lot of age players have this idea that just because they are sexual littles that they are going to be outcasted from the community. No. A majority of the community are sexual littles. A majority of the community, like, let me put it this way. A high number of the community are sexual littles. A similar high number are both that fall into the non-sexual little and sexual little category together, like overlap. And I'll explain why. Because for some fucking reason, a lot of people feel that you can't be both. Like, both sides are different. Yes. Now the two sides are different. But I don't understand why people believe that they can't be both. I'm both. I actually fit into both categories. But now let's keep going. They're asking, they know you're lying. And it says they know you're lying and they suspect the only reason you're lying is to hide the fact that you are sexualizing children and just do it with adults so you don't go to jail. That comment is the funniest comment I've ever heard because that's not what they think. I'll explain. So that's the one part I disagree with. That is not what they think. That is not. What they actually think is that you are more than likely hiding it because you yourself do not understand it. And those that disingenuously, believe the thought process that was just said, those people are just jackasses. They're just going to believe that shit regardless. Even if they were to have facts, we live in a world where motherfuckers believe that what they feel makes it fact. And that is not true. Because it doesn't matter how much you feel that the sky is fucking red, it's still fucking blue. So, but again, how political discourse has affected everything. It has corrupted everything. And people need to start understanding. If you're going to jump on television and start talking about this to journalists, Vice, doing all this thing, my ABDL life, all that shit, then you best be fucking prepared to answer these questions. Because the more that you don't answer these questions, the more you're going to get memed. And you'll get memed the exact same fucking way that Binky Princess got memed. And the thing is that, and let me point this out, Binky only fell into that fucking subject, only fell into that category for 2 reasons. And when you hear the reasons, you're going to go, oh. So, you ready? The reason why Binky fell into that category is because Binky was glamorized. Binky was glamorized. And this is why I said that the whole popularity contest thing in the community for those that do what I do is wrong because it throws us into that fucking category. It throws us into the idea of being glamourful and not actually informative. And the problem with what happened to Binky is Binky did it because she believed that everything was going to go okay, right? That this was going to fix the view of the fucking community. I am sorry that you fell for that shit. Like, I am sorry that you believe that, because that I knew full fucking well that wouldn't be the case. And the reason why I knew that is because people are disingenuous. Like, people are legitimately disingenuous. And the idea that back then was just going to solve, like, nothing was going to happen and everything was going to be fine. No, that was stupid. That was stupid. Not only did they end up clipping her, right? But the people that she did through, which was Lad Bible, I think it was. Let me tell you something about Lad Bible. Lad Bible is the most conservative fucking clown show of informative, and I put this in quotation, informative information about weird and strange things, because they themselves turn people who are different into clowns. That's what Lad Bible does. Lad Bible has been doing that shit from day fuck one. They have been cutting and editing and making people look bad. And they purposely do it to feed it to the right, so that the right goes out there and uses that against any person that they like to use it against. It is fucking ridiculous. It is nothing more than an anger machine. That it is a circus machine, actually, that makes discourse that is completely non-true. But they do it in such a way that they try to form it in a way to make it look like it is like this informative thing. Let me explain how bad Lad Bible is. Lad Bible will take your words, cut what you fucking say, and then completely re-edit it to make you say something you didn't. For instance, they made Binky claim that she was not working and that she was a full-time AB, when that wasn't the case. She actually did have a job. And it was fucking stupid. It is so fucking stupid. Why people fall for this shit pisses me off. Stop looking at Lad Bible. Block it. Do whatever you want. Because Lad Bible does nothing more than feed that shit to the wrong people. And they feed it the wrong way on purpose in order to give political people fucking things to get mad at. That's what they do. That's how they attacked furries. They attacked our community. They attacked sex workers. They attacked everybody. Yes, same as those two too. Same as Daily Caller and PragerU. That's what they do. They take shit, blow it out of context, feed it back to the public, and feed it back the wrong way. And they do it to piss off people so that people start yelling about shit that they don't understand. Because the normal grandma, grandpa that fucking watches that shit don't actually look for extra information. They eat it and they immediately go, well, I fucking hate this shit. That's what happens. And then they immediately go and start attacking people on some of the dumbest discourse. For instance, I'll give an example. When I was there was one person that constantly repeated. A matter of fact, there is an AB in the community, right? That I happen to have met on Facebook. AB, sissy, trans. Which I know some people are like, well, you can't be all three. This person classifies himself as all three. Do you know what they do on a daily basis? They go out there and spew racist hate rhetoric. Like, they're in our community, but they spew racist hate rhetoric all the time. Like, to the point that they villainize people of color. They start claiming that everything is true when it comes to the hate against the right, against the left, and that there are reasons, and it's just stupid. Now, I know people are like, why is this getting into a political discourse? Again, what do you expect from a fucking when People jump up here for clout. It boils down to this shit because a lot of what you see is bullshit. Unless you look it up and actually can yeah. Yeah, no, no, I don't know. Like, everyone knows that I'm Lars Allister. You don't have to worry about that. No, but this is the discourse that is created. So let's keep going, right? I want to talk more on this because there's more to go with this. It says, where do we leave off? Of course they think that when all you tell them is how healing it is, how it's kinky, sexy role play. It says role play until the moment you actually act little. And okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read this full thing, right? Let's go back. We'll read the full thing. And then go into this like how we should, because I have a lot to say. Let's just read the full thing. It's H3's fault that there's so much anti-kink hate on TikTok for DDLG, but sexual littles need to quit downplaying the sexual element when they are so active on vanilla social media or talking to vanilla blogs, Vice, or journalists. When you start othering sexual littles just to save your own ass for a little bit of clout, you throw the rest of the community under the bus. You think people are asking questions about the kink, or you think the people asking questions about kink are idiots. They're not. They just look at the comments. Just look at the comment section on every blog, YouTube interview, or documentary. I'm sorry. Why did I say documentary? They are asking deeper questions as to why you feel sexual in little states because nobody is telling them. They know you're lying, and they suspect that the reasons you're lying is to hide the fact that you are sexualizing children and do it with adults so that you don't go to jail. Of course they think that when you are telling them that is all you're telling them is how healing it is, how it's kinky, sexy role play, up until the moment you start to act little, and act little, and then all of a sudden it's a pure healing space only. Bullshit. If you're not ready to tell an outsider you think it's hot when daddy fucks your little baby pussy, and explain how roleplay isn't pedophilia, you have no business talking to outsiders for clout. You're just as bad as the ooh-woo pure age regressors. The fact that there was ooh-woo. Hello, Xavier. How are you? Hold on. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Also, being into DDLG or age regression doesn't make you special. Don't talk to the press unless you're radically sex positive, intelligent, and open about DDLG. If you're speaking for the community, you better be truthful and help others understand and accept, not use us as a freak show for mockery for your own personal fame. And anytime someone has tried that, they have been shunned and isolated. You don't deserve to represent us, and you will be punished if you try. Okay, so let's talk about all of it. I do want to talk about all of it, because there is a lot there that needs to be talked about. Okay, so first thing, let's bring this back up, because I'm gonna have to grab parts out of here and talk about it. Okay, so we'll continue on from where we were, right? When I was talking about the whole hiding this, like the lying part. The reason why people lie is because they feel that they are not going to be accepted by the masses of the community. They feel that they will be put into the same situation that Binky Princess was put into, where they are ostracized and shunned, or understand that she was trying to do something and then the discourse was destroyed. But some people straight out just blame Binky Princess. Let me explain, right? And when I point this out, this is going to point out a lot of shit. Is going to talk about TeddyCon. Be prepared. Okay. When I first met Binky Princess was at TeddyCon, right? I believe it was TeddyCon 2018. Binky Princess was amazing. She was a really sweet woman. She is very intelligent, tries her damnedest, did a lot for the community. Only to have the community spit in her fucking face. And I am not joking. They spit in her fucking face. Because Binky did not try to throw the community under the bus. The bus ran over Binky. The community was driving it. And what happened is that a lot of people were angry because of the fact that she went out there, had talked about this on the podcast, had just not podcast, but on this Lab Bible fucking thing that they had promised her would be 45 minutes, and instead of it being 45 minutes, they cut the shit, altered a lot of the things that she had said, placed it together, made it sound like it wasn't cut, and then threw it back out there and then said, oh, look, she's just doing this for blah, blah, blah reason because she doesn't want to work. It's these goddamn millennials. Let me tell you something, old timer. First off, that is not true. And if you are so stupid as to actually believe that that was true, I would ask you to do me a favor, right? Do me a favor. Don't go to the doctor. Go to the nursing home and ask for a room. Because I do believe that it is far past your time if that is the case. Second, I would also like to point out that if you do not have the fucking discourse to go out there and fucking explain shit, right? And you only believe whatever the political discourse tells you to believe, then I would also like you to go out there and find a tribe of cannibals and proceed to go and allow yourself to be eaten. Why? Because if you're going to act like a hamburger, then at least you can do is feed the rest of the cannibals with yourself, since you want to be an idiotic cow. My thing is that if you want to actually learn about shit, you're going to learn about it. If you just want to be up there so you can just constantly stir the pot because your life is fucking miserable and you have nothing else better to do with your lives, then by all means go ahead and stir the pot, but don't be surprised when society doesn't accept you anymore. Just saying. The other part I will say is that there is a lot of people who are really fucking stupid. There are a lot of people who are really fucking stupid. They'll go out there, jump on these fucking shows, and immediately believe that everybody is just going to accept them for who they are and treat them with the most utter amount of respect. Let me tell you the cold, hard truth about that shit. That ain't true. And that's not going to happen. And the reason it's not going to happen is because the world is a cruel place, and everybody acts like this because of the fact that they are taught no other fucking way. Hence why I act the way that I do. I try to be the discourse between a kind person and person that actually tries to teach and actually, get to people to understanding. I'm not here for clout. I don't care about clout. That doesn't matter to me. If you want to act like you are nothing more than ground beef and that you just want to believe anything that the TV tells you, but then complain about the exact same fact whenever you yell at someone else that is a different political thought process, then I advise for you to continue to be the hamburger that you are. But please, by all means, go and feed the cannibals. Because if you want to act like a hamburger, you can go and get served like a hamburger, I guess. The other thing is that I would like to also point out, like, that this thing brings up something very factual about the whole yelling that is constantly saying it's healing, but not actually talk about the sexual part, or downplaying the sexual part, or straight out saying things that are just wrong. And let me just get to that fact, right? One of the biggest issues that I have in the community are people that go out there and immediately start talking about healing, but they're sexual age players, but they don't get to that part at all. They only understand the healing. They only say the healing part because they're ashamed to say the sexual aspect of why they like age play. First off, age play, I don't know why talking about age play or explaining the sexual part is so fucking hard. It's really not. All you have to explain is first off, right? Does nobody know that sexual age play is no different than any other form of BDSM? Like, seriously. Sexual age play is nothing more than BDSM. The only thing that you're doing is that you're changing the titles of what you're calling your significant other. That's all it is. And that's it. It is a sensual sexual kink. That's what it is. Okay. And your fucking point? Like, why can't you explain that? Why the fuck is it that people that hop on the news and or Vice and shit, they start yelling, "Oh, it's about nostalgia." It's not about nostalgia. Stop that. Shut up. Stop it. It's not about nostalgia. No. If you are a sexual age player, it is vastly about, like, the sensual side of sexuality. That's what it is. And it is nothing more than a form of submission. I don't know why this is hard. Like, age play takes several different sexual sides and combines them into one. They take the humiliation side, the power exchange, well, not so much power exchange, but what would that be? Taking power, it's essentially like willful submission. Yeah, willful submission, and kind of master slave all parts of those. It takes all parts of those and just changes the theme. That's all it is. I don't understand why the fuck we are pretending like there is some type of fucking hard way to explain it. Like, they get up there and they act like they were, like, when people are asked about the sexual side, they immediately start acting like, "Oh, I have no idea how to explain this because I've never had," like, as if they were asked to answer for what's the equation of pi. No one's asking for rocket science. Just explain what the discourse is. It's not hard. It's not hard. Like, some people are just turned on by the demasculating aspect of it. That's just true. That's just true. To lack power and depend on someone else for power, pleasure, and fun. That's what it is. How the fuck do we have this hard fucking discourse to explain this? Like, what? Like, I'm just confused. I'm baffled by why the fuck this is so hard for certain people to fucking talk about. Like, it's not that hard of a fucking subject. Just say it as it is. Say it as it is, motherfuckers. Say it as it is. That's all you have to do. Now, that goes to talk about the rest of this, right? If you are getting on television or doing this journalism shit in order so that you can explain this, and then you stop short and stop at the door of fucking agery, there's a problem. That's a problem. Do you know, whenever I have talked to someone and they asked me about the aspects of age play, what my answer is? My answer is, there's a lot that goes into this. Sensation play, master slave, fucking Dom submissive. It's just changing titles and changing the way that the aspects of those titles work. In the sexual aspect, right? In the sexual aspect of sexual age play, it's the exact same thing, right? You want proof? Because you don't know any better. You're just a sub. What does that sound like? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Is that not what BDSM is? Age play is nothing more than just a different aspect and a different theme of BDSM. Most people, like the majority of people, would understand when you fucking explain this. Stop thinking that they won't. Because do you know that the most, like, even people who are just mildly kinky, do you know what they do? Dress up in school uniforms. Act like they're fucking their teacher. Most people that do that shit act like they're in high school. So what do you think that is? That is a form of sexual age play. A lot of people are like, no, it's not. No, it absolutely fucking is. It's just that you're doing it not as a lifestyle, but as a kinky spice up to your sex. That's what happens. I don't fucking understand why we have gotten to the point. Hello. I don't know why we've gotten to the point where we can't explain sexual age play. I don't understand. Like everyone is like, when they get to that point and they're just like, whoa. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, you can't explain what the fuck it is. It's like, and it's like, it's just weird. Hello, Rose. How are you? Yeah, no, it's just like, just explain it. It's not hard. Age play is no different than BDSM. A matter of fact, it's like I said, it's just a different theme. It just incorporates all these different aspects, from humiliation to degradation to like sensual plays, like feeling, like sensation play, and like almost like similar to like latex fetish, like paraphilia. Paraphilia is an actual sexual like a sexual kink attraction to like something. And when I say that, I mean like as in people being attracted to like grinding on a balloon or grinding on a plushie or wearing diapers. It's not that hard, guys. Yeah, see? And like it doesn't make sense to me that we only stop at the non-sexual side. No, explain the full fucking thing. Like, we're all fucking deviants here. Like, we're adults. Explain that shit. Don't fucking stop because, I don't know how people are going to see me. Anime face, blush, with the ooh-woo fucking eyes. Get the fuck out of here. Like, first off, you are not in a slice of life fucking anime. All you're being asked is for you to explain a kink. That's all you have to do. Explain it. Like, don't fucking do this shit. Roughly 45 minutes. I'm gonna be, I've been going for about 45 minutes. I'm gonna still be here. So go and take your shower if that's what you wanted to do. But yeah, no, it's just, it's like, I don't understand the ooh-woo eyes. I don't understand why we have to go, ooh-woo, I'm so scared to talk about how much of a deviant I am. Naruto already knows that you literally play with yourself thinking about him. It doesn't make a difference if you fucking say it or not. You are not Hinata hiding behind a fucking fence. Like, this shit is stupid. Oh, God. I cannot believe I just had to make a hentai reference. It's like, please. I literally had to make a hentai reference. Oh, God. You see what you people make me do? Oh, my goodness. I was just like, when I read this, I was like, you know, ABDL discourse has a point. But, like, here's the other thing. You have a lot of podcasters out there that will do the exact same thing, and they will make up shit. I'm not joking when I say this. There are podcasters, fellow podcasters, who make up shit. And they start feeding the line for other people's bullshit. And it irritates the fuck out of me. It really does. Let me give you an example. Like, we have had ABDLs doing outdoor photo shoots for years, right? But you'll have people in the community just start yelling about, like, how dare you do this in public? And then I'm like, but here's my question. In the picture, there's no one there. So why are we having this conversation? And then they're like, well, this person did it in public. Yeah, this person also lives in Europe, where shit like that is perfectly fine. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. It's like, it's so stupid. It's like, okay, so for the group, I learned about this kink not from the US. I learned it from Europe, because Europe was the only one that had a massive collection of this shit online. Like, seriously, they're the ones that had a massive collection of this shit online. And people have been like, they were the ones that showed me, like, all the public stuff, all the non-public stuff, all the different ways that, like, sexual kink can be done. Like, it is, oh my gosh, it was amazing. And one of the people that actually teach me about this was Diaper Gal, Wet Set, and what was the other one? Diaper Punishment. Yeah, those are the three that I originally went to. My Brit Baby visitor just laughed at that. We're listening in. Oh, hey, I'm glad, because it's true. It's like, I learned from Europe, because Europe has, like, a more diverse field. And one of my friends brought up something, and this is very true. When we talk about the community, right? When we talk about sex, we talk about sex in a way that is, in America, we talk about sex in a way that is really fucking stupid. Like, I would almost believe that that here in the US, that during World War II, we all fell asleep on the nuclear reactor or the testing for the Manhattan Project, that some people respond in such dumb ways. We view violence in a better light than we view sex, which is fucking strange. In Europe, it's the opposite. They view sex in a better way than they view fucking violence. And it's like, why? Why? And it's just silly. It's just really fucking silly. And because of our view here and the way that we do it, we start getting all of these crazy, like thought processes about sex and kink and all of this. And this even goes down to my mother. My mother did not understand, like, the discourse of, like, kink. I had to explain that. My grandmother had a better understanding than my mom did. Because in my grandma's time, I'm pretty sure that it was, like, they had a different outlook on stuff like that. And it's just because my grandma traveled to these places. She went to Europe. She went to Italy. She went outside of the country. But a lot of these people don't. And so they're only stuck with this one way of fucking thinking. And it's bad. It's really fucking bad. And because of the fact that they don't grow or learn anything, they are stuck in this mindset of, I need to understand kink because it's gross and it's against God. I guarantee you, one of the most kinkiest motherfuckers out there is God. You forget, God's back in the day. Let's talk about this for a moment, right? Let's do a quick kinky religion little check here. No joke. Did you know that kink has existed for years? The Romans actually had a pretty kinky society. Like, minus the slaves and the gladiators and the blood sports. They were pissing on each other. They were having orgies. They were swingers. They were fucking swingers. They were fucking in the markets. Are you serious? And you think that their religion didn't cover that? Did you not know how debaucherous Zeus was? Zeus, Jupiter, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Do you not know how debaucherous that motherfucker was? He was banging bitches dressed as a fucking bull. He was banging bitches dressed as a bull. If you don't believe me, go and look up the story of Midas. It's really fucked up. Hey, you think that's fucking crazy? You think that's fucking crazy? Fucking Loki. Loki, what did Loki do? Didn't he turn into the form of a horse? And like fuck something? I'm like, are you serious? How the fuck do you not think that like even in the Christian Bible, even in the Christian Bible, do you really think that all them motherfuckers only did missionary position? God was over there fucking women so hard, they were getting pregnant and not even knowing they were fucked. It's like, what the fuck? Like, let's just put it down the way it is. Let's just say it the way it is. To go over here and to clutch pearls. To go over here and clutch pearls and claim that oh my God, this is against my religion. I guarantee you, honey, God doesn't give a fuck on what you do as long as you're not murdering somebody. Like, you can get pretty goddamn close, but as long as both of you are consenting and everything's A-okay, he ain't gonna care. You'll be perfectly fine. And guess what? You don't have to tell the priest about it. It's, oh God, it is fucking baffling. It's like, you know, Baptists have it right, because they just straight up, Baptists don't even give a flying fuck about who you're fucking. No, correction. They do care about who you're fucking. And they just don't want you to be gay. And I have a problem with that. However, right? Let's just get to the nitty gritty and say it the way that it should be said. Baptist black women sit in the fucking church and on a daily goddamn basis think about who should be fucking who. If you don't believe me, go to a black Baptist church. God wants you two together. God, those two were made for each other. They would have such beautiful babies. Who the fuck says that? Who the fuck says that? Yeah, like, come on. Religion is just a front for people to claim that they're better or more moral than the other person. This is why I gave up on religion. It's like, I used to be religious years ago. I used to be the good old church-going boy. with a diaper fetish. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if you think that by going to church that's somehow going to change your outlook, you're a fucking idiot. There was a dipshit that once said that the reason why everybody is looking for daddy doms and mommy doms and other partners and being poly is because they're not going to church. We need to get Americans going to church again. You want to know who said that? There's a certain person who I make fun of on a daily basis because I think that motherfucker's a clown. Ignatius. The cameraman at AB Dreams. He said that. and I clown that motherfucker because him and his wife fuck almost everybody. so what the fuck? How many models has he slept with? How many models did they have relationships with? But the rest of you need Jesus. We're fine. But the rest of you motherfuckers need Jesus. Yeah, no joke. This dude really did fucking say that. He also believes in like a lot of really fringe shit that he was saying before. I'm not even going to get into the whole anti-trans rhetoric that he was throwing for a while, and now only reason why they are actually accepting trans models is because of the fact that people clowned them so bad and made them look like the clowns that they are. Because, oh, by the way, just remember one thing. I find it funny because he would always say, our clientele doesn't want those type of people here. That was his comment, not mine. Just wanted to say that. He used to say our clientele isn't interested in trans, but now they have trans models, and they were also trying to get a trans model before. So then, where did that rhetoric come from? Other than the fact that he fucking said that he was obviously getting it from a certain someplace. Yeah, he's a real piece of shit, and this is why I don't follow him or talk to him anymore. Because this was the same situation where he told a friend of mine, him and Lolette happened to tell a friend of mine that she was not a woman because she couldn't bear children. And Lolette went to emphasize, and I quote, "You don't have the organs to be a woman." That's what she said. And she also stated, you don't have the organs to bear children. So apparently, if you're a barren woman, you apparently are no longer a woman. You have lost the ability to be a woman. And also, because she is white, and I am not joking, you could go back to my podcast episode where I talk about Little for Big. Go and look at that episode, because in the comments, there is an entire stream of fucking posts that they made where they actually straight out said a majority rules. And they feel that because they're like, they do believe that their racist rhetoric is perfectly okay because that's what the majority of whites believe, even though that is not what the majority of whites believe. It's just their white supremacy ass. Yeah, just pointing that out. So whenever motherfuckers come up here and go, why do we hate Little for Big again? That's why. Because they're anti-trans and very, very white supremacy. Just pointing that out there. So, yeah, you will never see me wear a dress or a onesie from them ever again. By the way, for all of you that are enjoying the Pikachu onesie that they had made, or the, what was it? Was it Charizard that they made? You're welcome. Because those were my ideas that they happened to implemented and didn't even say thank you. Yeah, because guess what? I was the one when Lolette couldn't figure out what type of fucking onesie to make. I straight out said, why are you having so much trouble with this when the entire community watches cartoons and shit? Just base one off of that. That's how you got Harley Quinn. That's how, because she had made Diva, and I didn't understand how she made Diva, but didn't understand what the next design should be. It's like, do you not know how many fucking like popular culture shit is out there? But they are on the fringe 8chan, 4chan right-wing bullshit. So they'll immediately go and start believing whatever they read on there, which is actually kind of funny because all of 8chan actually hates them. I'm not joking. 8chan actually hates them and actively is usually at war with them for reasons. So, just saying. Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad. It's oh god. Yeah, I don't fuck around with these people. Oh, for those of you on Instagram, apparently I have to restart this again because they lowered the time in which we can be on here. So, just give me one moment. I'll reload this and then we'll come back and do the rest of this. You guys could be here again. Kitchen Fire 8. Hold on. Oh, welcome back, Rose. Oh, Catching Fire. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry, I didn't see that immediately. We're gonna go here. Move to live. Go. All right, we are back up. We're just gonna let everybody come on back in. Sorry about that. It was, yeah, the Instagram thing is weird. Hold on. Let me say it. He did. Loki gave birth to another horse's baby, if I remember correctly. Yes! Yes, he did! I fucking knew it! Because I knew that legend was there. Oh, it says... Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that, Rose. I hope that this was you. It says, I hope that was you that made an account. Oh! So you're the moderator. Okay, yeah, no, that was me. I made an account. I just haven't had the time to set it up. I've been really busy. I was just telling people that they should be moving over to either Mastodon or Blue Sky at this point because it's really cool. Well, welcome. Glad that you're here. You're welcome. I'll be out. Oh, wait. Is that because you were doing the pregnancy thing, right? Is that why, Rose? I think that you were doing that. Federated with. Oh, okay. That's actually really cool. Hello. Yeah, sorry about that. There's a stupid time limit on these Instagram videos. But getting back to what I was saying, yeah, no, they actually do believe this white supremacy shit. And like I'm not on board with that shit. And they have models. Like some people were like, why is it that you think so poorly of some of the models that go out there? Because some of the models go out there and start preaching shit that they don't know about, and they don't actually, like, they haven't seen it. Like, in one case, my sister had a bagel thrown at her by the same person that I've been talking about Ignatius. Yeah, when she went over there to do a photo shoot, apparently a bagel was thrown at her. And it was like, really? Guy, come on. But you know, we'll just have the same models come up every time nowadays. So, yeah. Yes. Oh, no. No, don't do that, Rose. Oh, God, don't do that. No. I'm really sorry to hear that. But, yeah, don't start hitting the bottle. Don't do that. Don't fall down that rabbit hole like I did at one point. Okay, yeah. No, let's, like I was saying, I don't quite understand why people don't feel that, why they feel that they can't talk about this as the way that they should. They should, because it's important that we have this discourse and conversation. I don't know why people believe that, like, oh, you can't talk about the sexual parts of the podcast. Yeah, I post them on YouTube. They're also on my they'll be on Twitch for a bit, and they also are going to start, I'm going to try to start posting them on Mastodon soon. But yeah, there's my YouTube channel. You can go, just go to YouTube, type in Kid Ankh Age Play Podcast, and it'll pop right up. Just click on the little cartoon character I have for that represent me. Okay, so I'm that's good to hear, because I care, and I really don't want you to fall down that rabbit hole like I did at one point. Yeah, no, seriously, by all means. I'm glad that you have a support system and you are reaching out to get help. That's good. I fell down that rabbit hole when Rain died, so yeah, I like, she was my alpha and mommy at one point, and when she passed, oh God, I couldn't handle that. Yeah, so, oof, man. But let's keep going. I want to cover, yes, all of my episodes are on YouTube. I've been doing this for 10 years, shockingly enough. It's just that this has gotten slightly more high quality, and damn. Okay, so I now know I can't have that light on whenever I do this, because there's a glare. There's a major glare. Yeah. So yeah. I've been doing this for roughly now, it's 2023. Officially 10 years. So yeah, because I started around this time, or like October or November of 2013, doing this podcast. So what was else I was going to point out? I was going to say something else. Yeah, I definitely uh I definitely did a lot. Like, I've done this for a long time. Long time. The other, let's, I had something special for today. So, I wanted to talk about this because I thought that this would be cool. So, we've talked about my pet peeves about people talking about like the sexual side of Little Space and stuff like that. Wait. Before I end that, I actually do want to add one more part to that. If you're going to go out there and start speaking about this stuff, don't do it for clout, because clout doesn't do shit for this community. To be completely honest, like, you're talking to someone with clout, and I'm telling you right now, clout doesn't do shit in this community other than make you a target. like that's what happens, because you'll get the DDLGers that will go, "This person is already," or you'll get the non-sexual ABDLs that jump out there and be like, "He must be taken down now!" And then you walk outside, and then you notice that Cobra is outside. Does it have to go? But we'll check out you. Oh yeah, thank you for coming in and joining us. Yeah, yeah, check me out on YouTube. And I also, DMs are always open if you ever want to chat. Okay, so let's go to, yeah, like I was saying, the motherfuckers start flipping out and going crazy. They start yelling, oh no. So they start going crazy, and start yelling about, like, he's one of them! Take him down! Cobra! And then you walk out your door, and all of them are just like, ah! And you're just like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? And then by the time they reach the intersection to where your house is, most of them will start fighting immediately because they also view each other as enemies. Stupid. My only thing is that I am here to teach. I ain't here to tell everybody how to live their lives or what to do. I ain't here to do that. We cleaned up the community to the discourse and everything, and yeah, it's